All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. Today, we're diving into USA fencing.
All right.
So get ready. If you thought this was going to be like an actual fencing match, you're in the wrong place. This is a deep dive into their website.
Yeah.
All the news and the recent announcements.
That's good.
Got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Coaching shakeups, big wins, new shoes.
Lots going on.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, USA Fencing's been busy.
Yeah, they have been.
You know, what's interesting is these announcements, like you said, the coaching changes especially, they kind of give us a peek into where they're headed.
Yeah.
You know, strategically, especially as we're coming up on a new Olympic cycle.
That's right. The Olympics are always right around the corner.
Well, right around the corner, yeah.
So let's start with that coaching news.
Okay.
USA Fencing just announced their national weapon coaches for the next 4 years, all the way to 2028.
Wow.
So can you tell us a little bit about this role? Because I think
Yeah.
for people who aren't super familiar with fencing, they might think like, oh, coach, like you're just kind of showing them drills and stuff.
Right, right.
But it's a little bit more than that.
Oh, yeah. It's a big deal. I mean, imagine the pressure these coaches are under, you know?
Yeah.
They're not just coming up with drills.
Yeah.
They're crafting the strategies that could lead Team USA, you know, to Olympic gold.
Right.
They're scouting the next generation of fencing stars. They're the ones making the calls in those final nail-biting bouts.
Yeah,
It's a huge responsibility.
absolutely. And 4 years is such a long time.
It is.
I'm wondering, you
Yeah.
know, what kind of legacy are these new coaches
Mhm.
hoping to build? Are they going to like totally change up the program?
Right. What changes are they going to make?
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely raises the stakes for the whole program, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, and it aligns, you know, perfectly with that Olympic cycle, allowing for that long-term planning and development for the athletes. It really signals a commitment to building, you know,
Mhm.
a consistent program and a strong team for the upcoming games.
Right.
It'll be really interesting to see what direction they take things.
I am so curious. The article didn't actually say who these coaches are.
Ah,
So you have to go to the USA Fencing website
okay.
to see who these masterminds are.
I'll check it out.
But in the meantime, let's, celebrate some wins.
Yes.
Team USA killed it at the Veteran World Championships.
Oh, wow.
8 medals, 2 of them gold.
That's awesome.
Now, just to clarify for people,
Yeah.
veteran doesn't mean like they've been fencing for 50 years.
Right, exactly. Veteran in fencing refers to those different age categories within the sport.
Okay.
Make sure that, you know, fencers of all different generations can compete against their peers on a level playing field.
I got it. So still super impressive.
Absolutely.
Speaking of different categories, there's also a Paralympic fencing preview happening.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about the differences between those two?
Yeah, Paralympic fencing, I mean. Think about the skill and adaptability it takes to fence at that level. These are athletes who have overcome challenges most of us can't even imagine, and they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the sport. The rules are similar to Olympic fencing, but the classifications are based on the athlete's functional abilities, creating a fair and exciting competition.
Yeah, which really highlights the core of fencing, like strategy, precision, athleticism. It can be adapted and enjoyed
Exactly.
by anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, before we wrap up, we got to talk about this.
Okay.
As a fencing is the new official fencing shoe
Interesting.
of USA Fencing. I have to ask, what makes a fencing shoe special?
Well, fencing involves, lightning fast footwork, rapid lunges, sudden changes in direction. So the shoes are designed for those very specific demands. They need to provide, incredible grip for those explosive movements, support for those lunges. And they have to be incredibly durable to withstand those intense bouts.
It's amazing how even like the smallest detail,
Oh, I know.
like the shoes,
Yeah.
can play such a crucial role
Yeah.
in a sport like this.
Yeah, exactly. And this partnership with AZA, it could even hint at some potential advancements or design features in fencing shoes in the future.
Ooh.
Something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking out for that. I have to say, even though I've never held a fencing sword,
Yeah.
in my life, this has really opened my eyes to the intricacies of this sport.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I'm going to be paying more attention to it now.
It is a captivating sport. Fencing really is a beautiful blend of, athleticism,
Yeah.
strategy, mental focus. And it's more accessible than you might think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of communities have youth programs or local clubs where people of all ages and abilities can learn the basics and really just discover the joy of fencing.
So, listener, as we reach the end of our deep dive, what aspect of USA Fencing are you most curious to learn more about? Is it the techniques, the history, the mental game? There's a whole world of fencing out there waiting to be explored. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Sounds good.